under the plan. I hope he has the right connectivity, and I hope he's going to be joining us shortly. I think we would like to return to Abuja and to invite someone that I introduced earlier, who is also concerned about human rights in Nigeria. And I am sure he's listening to Peter's intervention about the need for local custodial services for children, because some of them have been in pretrial situations for too long. He's also heard about the need for us to have age and gender appropriate service. And I know that his commission has been concerned about the rise of children. Please welcome the Executive Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, my brother Tony Oji, to share his thoughts in the next few minutes. My brother Tony, I hear you're standing by in Abuja. Well,
yes, thank you, Amina. The Honorable Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, Dame Pauline Tale, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, Mrs. Ifeoma Naboglu. I say hello to all the African children that are with us today, to the Speaker of the House of Reps, and to the wives of the executive governors from all their different locations who are participating in this. Please let me stand on the existing protocol, since we are trying to manage our time. Honor to be part of this very important occasion when Nigeria joins the rest of the world in celebrating and commemorating the Day of the African Child. As Nigeria joins the rest of the continent in commemoration of the year, which talks about access to child-friendly justice for circumstances, amongst others, can be associated with an unmet need for justice for the Nigerian child. The government has made a giant stride in the domestication of the Convention on the Rights of the Child through the Child Rights Act, which constitutes the definitive legal framework for the administration of justice system for children in Nigeria. The Child Rights Act attempts to consolidate the laws applicable to children in order to tame, which affords them better protection than the general law. It is pertinent to note that the Nigerian child still faces some challenges in accessing justice. The family courts are still few to deal with all the cases involving children. There are still very few Bosa centers for children. Children are still kept in cells with adults due to inadequacy of child-friendly cell facilities in administration of justice institutions. Poverty and lack of access to education for many children also affects children's access to justice. Educational and improved access to justice for the Nigerian children. Since the outbreak of COVID-19 have become victims of sexual and gender-based violence, there have been increasing reports of violation and abuse of children, and the tendency has been to settle violations and abuse of children within family circles. We must all rise up and fight for children. And prosecution of sexual offenses is easier because of their vulnerable nature. Child labor should be discontinued in all forms. Our Amajiri children should be brought up in the comfort of their parents' homes or that of their guardians. Thus, there is need to encourage child-friendly laws in Nigeria. There is the basic step to child-friendly justice system children in Nigeria. Some of the states in Nigeria have not domesticated the Child Rights Act. In order to realize an effective access and child, may I use this opportunity to call on all the states that have not domesticated the Child Rights team to give our children that friendly platform. I also got the government to recommit itself to policies that will address all the forms of abuses, especially those that prevent children from attaining their God-given potentials, so that they are not left behind. All stakeholders ought to be mindful of